Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for staying right here on KTV2. We are back with you for your favorite program, To The Point. Tonight, we are going to focus on one thing and one thing only: marriages in the state of Kuwait. Why? Because around 60% of marriages in Kuwait have ended up in divorce in 2017, according to statistics issued by the Ministry of Justice for the first quarter of the 2017. The total number of marriages registered in the first 2 months of the 2017 was 2,001, while the registered number of divorce cases was 1,193. In the same period last year, the number of the marriages was 2,425, and the number of divorces was 1,180. This indicates that the rate of marriages has been declining, while the divorce rate is increasing in Kuwait. Why is that? What's going on in our society? Doesn't this high percentage of divorce calls for attention and a closer review to decipher the phenomenon? That's why you have to stay tuned, because we have a lot more to come right after this.
Dear Mom and Dad, I know that you are hurting. I'm hurting too. I feel and feed off your tension, fear, and shock. Although I am young and cannot express verbally what is happening in our lives, I am still feeling the impact. My heart is broken every time I have to give up a parent. My sense of security is lost. Please don't assume that I am resilient. Please don't assume that my life will be exactly as it was, and that I will continue to feel the same love from both of you. I am a human being just like you. My needs are just like yours. I need love, attention, nurturing, stability, consistency, affection, understanding, patience, and mostly to be wanted. When you fight over me or put me in the middle of your argument, you are sending me the message that winning with each other is more important than my life. I am learning from you that it is better to be right than to be loved. You are teaching me that I came from a person who is unlovable and wrong, and that I am somehow wrong too. When you confide your hurt in my heart, you are storing up adult pain and robbing me of my childhood. You are taking away my belief that love is unconditional and replacing it with a message that tells me to become hard and not to love because I will get hurt and not be able to recover. You may not understand this today, and I am so small that you are not thinking about my future, but you are putting me at a greater risk of getting a divorce myself. At times you are risking my safety to fill a void in your heart. My safety is your job. Without you and your protection, I am unshielded from the world. This will manifest in irrational fears for me, because I will stay in a state of fight or flight for most of my life. Someday, this initial shock will wear off, but how you choose to parent me through this crisis will never wear off. I will either feel your sense of selflessness, support, protection, or I will have a scar on my heart with a message that reads, "Good things happen to good people. I must be bad." Thoughtfully, the child of divorce.
Welcome back. Divorce can save people from bad marriages, but research has shown that can be also debilitated as society. Divorced adults are more likely to become impoverished, while their children experience psychological and economical stress, hindering their social development. That's why we have the one and only Dr. Fatma, Social Science Department, Kuwait University. Doctor, pleasure always to have you right here on KTV2.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming here. It's been a long time since we've been together on the air. How are you?
I'm fine.
Doing all right?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Absolutely.
Doctor, you know that every once in a while you hear that somebody got divorced.
Yeah.
Every once in a while you hear there are some kind of problems between the couples, man and man and woman. Now, we would like to tell our audience what's going on. Why is it the divorce rate is going higher? than it used to be back in the 70s and 80s and probably in the 90s.
Actually, even 50s.
In the 50s?
Yeah, it was much less. You know, it's really for true. We have a divorce phenomenon, but it's not a Kuwait per se.
No.
It is
It's
a
all over the world.
phenomenon. There is no one reason, but I think societies now more acceptable for divorce. When I was young, it was rarely that I heard that somebody get divorced. But now even my students, which actually is killing me, to see 19, 21, 22 girls actually with one kid or no kids getting divorced within a year after their marriage.
The reason?
The reason, there is no one reason, so many reasons. One of them, that as I told you, the society more, not welcome, but they accept it. Before we used to,
taboo.
yeah,
You're not
it was
supposed
a
to get
taboo.
divorced,
Yeah. So another thing that people now they meet each other, but they don't know each other. So when they get married, for example, they are surprised. They find something they were not expecting it, and sometimes it's the wrong expectation from marriage. They are not ready. They are not mature enough to get married. People now, men or women, less responsible, and you said marriage save people, divorce save people from bad marriages. It doesn't save them. Actually, it's a result of the bad marriage. It is not the problem. Marriage is a result of consequences, or a result of so many problems happened before the divorce.
I'm glad
and it resulted in divorce.
I'm glad you
in
said
a problem. So there is a problem before and a problem after.
Okay. I'm glad that you mentioned consequences, because there is a consequences after the divorce takes place. What is the effect on the family and the society?
Look, families are the cornerstones of societies. And when you have a dysfunctional family, a disturbed family, you have a disturbed and dysfunctional society. Especially, now we have so many, not just us, the whole world. It's scary. We have drugs, we have divorce, we have violence. So when you ask me about the reason of divorce, I said there is no one reason. One of them is drugs. The other one is violence, domestic violence. And this also has a relationship or correlated with the drugs and with alcohol abuse, not use. I don't want to be very aggressive toward people, but it's actually related to each other. And it's one lead to the other. So divorce, what you say about it, if on the family, divorcee, men or women, although sometimes they don't admit it, but they feel that they failed. They couldn't actually keep a good relationship. They couldn't take care of their family.
You're talking about the spouses themselves.
Yeah, the spouses, the divorcee themselves, actually. They are not, when they get divorced and ask for the divorce, maybe they are very emotional. They didn't think about they are not logical. They don't think of the consequences. But after that, they feel that they are failures. They couldn't keep a good relation. They couldn't succeed in a relationship. They had bad expectation. People now tend to work out of the relationship, not to work on the relationship. For example, divorce, actually in our Islam, there is divorce. But when it's needed, when you try so many solutions for your problem, if it didn't work, you go to divorce. Now, these days, and this is why it's increasing with time, the first thing they think about the spouses is divorce. It is not, for example, let's see why our relationship has a problem, how can we solve this problem. And also, we are more independent now as families, man and women, the house, wife and husband.
You mentioned something that we are more dependent. This is exactly what I've been talking about. The following guest, right after another doctor, but that we are talking that now people have more money both sides, the man and the woman. Yeah. Back in the old days, the man usually take care of the house financially and morally and everything else. Now the woman is sharing the burden of paying, spending, and also raising the children. That's why she thinks that she is, burdening more problems upon her shoulder. Am I correct or not?
Yeah, and actually, women changed, became more actually responsible. Now they ask for their rights. They are strong, but men, they are not ready yet to actually accept a symmetrical relationship. They still, many men. I don't want to be actually aggressive against men, but many men, they still want non-symmetrical relationship. But women now, they don't. They want to be equal. We are not ready. Our societies in general, they are not ready to an equal woman, an equal wife. They want the man still to be at top and woman just a little bit or
and
more.
They hate
below.
that. They don't want that.
They hate that.
That's why they cause a problem.
Still, we have two TV rooms. We use 2 cars. For example, if you and your wife, God forbid, are angry at each other, I will have a problem. It happens in every house. So, if she wants something, she didn't have a car, she will ask you to send her or drive her somewhere. She will sit close to you. This, when you are close to each other, this brings nice emotion and nice memories. And you need each other. But when I have my car and you have your car, I have my TV, you have your TV, I have my money,
so there's a gap between them.
Actually,
yes, that's why problems arises every once in a while.
Like the cells
that's
of our body.
That's why we have reports all about the public and their opinions regarding this matter. Our colleague Farah Al-Ali conducted a survey with the public regarding the most common reasons for divorce in Kuwait. Let's watch it and come back.
Good evening and welcome to The Point. Today we're going to be asking the public on their point of view about the high rates of divorce. According to the Ministry of Justice, including this year, there has been a percentage in the divorce rate and it has reached 60%. We're going to ask them more about their viewpoints and what they feel towards this subject. So make sure you stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Priscilla. I've been married almost 30 years and marriage is something that you work on. And there are many, many reasons for divorce, and one of the major things I feel is the very fast pace of life. With husband and wives working and spending long hours away from home, I think you have to make it a priority. You both work at marriage. Don't take the other for granted. Make date nights. Try to spend time away from the children. It's important to also spend time with children and, not just go out as family outings. Those kind of things. The little things is what makes a big difference. And saying I love you to your spouse.
Hi, I'm Salome Jacob, and I like to talk a few words about marriage. Marriage for me is an institution created by God between man and woman, and how important it is that as husband and wife, how we learn to love one another and to adjust and live together. And it's something that we work on. It's not something that comes easily. I can talk about marriage, because my own marriage, where I've been married over 25 years. and we have 6 children, and having kids and having a relationship, with your husband is something that we work on every day, and you can have fun as well as adventure together and time that we can spend with children, create good memories, and it is marriage is something that is good and something to hold on to for life, because when you marry someone, you commit to one another, and through the ups and downs you work it out, and where you learn to grow closer together, learn to love, forgive, laugh, and build good memories, and even for children to set good examples that they may also follow in the same path.
My name is Fuad Bahbahani. I'm talking about the divorce in Kuwait because it's very high levels. I believe it's now the couples, you think everybody for himself. Like they have salary and job and car and too many things allowed for him, He don't need to help to other man or other to help him, That's is a new model, in our society. Before it's very quiet, when you married, it come in with the family, it come to the family. Now we have, different. You will see the people outside, then you decide it by yourself. I think that one is a mistake of the high option to be divorced is because they don't know each other. They know each other for a while. After that, it comes to the problem. When it comes to the problem, nobody advanced him to be correct, which side. And they decided by themselves to be going for divorce. And that one is very bad for our society. And inshallah, it will reach better levels by more education, more whatever, come the new in it.
Good evening, my name is Gustav, and I was asked to comment on the issue of divorce rate across the world. It's always easy to comment when one stands outside of a situation like that, but I think probably because people have become much more individual and individual rights and individual preferences have become important for everybody across the world. People want to live their dream and have experiences beyond what is traditionally known as marriage. So I think it's not necessarily wrong, but yes, it does have an influence on what is traditionally seen as marriage. Additionally, one could say that many more people have careers these days, and that also has an influence on the way family works. Sometimes it works in terms of the roles being able to switch when men take more responsibility for family or when ladies take more responsibility for family income. But nevertheless, I personally think that personal choice is important for everybody. Thank you.
Well, there you go. This is some of the viewpoints of the public that we have asked today about the high rates of divorce. They talked about their experiences and how they feel towards this topic and what sort of advice they would give out to people. So thank you so much for tuning in tonight.
Thank you, Farah Al-Ali, for this wonderful report. Now, Doctor, let's go back to you. And you have heard most of the people, they gave their own opinion. That does not mean that they are right, nor they are wrong. Okay, now, let's hear your opinion. Let's hear your side. Do you agree or you disagree with these comments?
Actually, I couldn't Remember, I can't remember everything
Roughly.
they said, but roughly I can disagree, for example, with Mr. Fuad Bahbahan.
Okay.
He actually saying that we are individual, we are not groups now.
We're not.
Yeah, we are not families. As we said, me and you.
You mean just
both
like
cars,
roommates?
Yeah, actually
No
roommates.
intimacy, something like that.
Actually, and this is sad. And the guy who said, when you are out of the problem, you can comment. You think it's easy to give solution.
But it's not.
But when you are in the relationship itself,
In the circle, you mean?
yeah, we are. When you are in, sometimes you feel that you are forced to divorce, and both men and women, they are losers. Especially when there is kids, there are kids between them, because the kid, you love your kids as a husband, and your wife love the kids. Both of you love the same people, and you actually like a long life for your kids. So your relationship, you have to deal with your divorcee all of your life, as long as your kids are alive, and you want them to be alive. And kids sometimes feel responsible for marriage, for divorce. You don't know why, and they feel guilty. And actually their level of education deteriorate after the divorce of their kids. They feel shy, they feel angry, they feel jealous of kids who live in a stable houses or stable marriages. And sometimes they see it, especially when there is violence precede the divorce. So kids, the people who affected mostly of divorce. And we are sometimes, we don't think about it. When we are very angry, very sad, we feel that we are not getting what we want. Our expectation actually is not met. We are unsatisfied in the relationship, so we want to leave. But what about the kids? We have to spend more time actually trying to solve our problem, because we go to court and ask for divorce.
Some people say, like, in order for you to succeed, you have to give something. You have to sacrifice. I'm not done, Doctor.
Compromise.
Yeah, a compromise. Now,
Okay.
others say, because as you mentioned and everybody else, that the women are more liberated these days more than it was before. We're talking about financially. And there are lots of, the media affects their opinion. They need to take more control in the society than it was before. They're talking about women empowerment. They empower women to become in the lead of probably a company or maybe in a ministry or something like that. That's why other men, they hate that. They hate this revolution. They hate this evolving for the women to take charge in the life. That's why you have a problem. That's why this man is not going to sacrifice. Your opinion?
Actually, maybe I said that before. I said women changed, become more liberal, they become stronger. They stand for their rights, but men are not ready.
They're not.
For such kind of woman.
And they will not.
But why?
Because
why?
that's a fact of life.
No, it's actually, we have to look at marriage as a partner. Your wife is your partner. She is not your slave.
No.
And we can, yeah.
Nobody's saying that.
No,
Doctor, nobody's saying that.
Wait. You shouldn't look or ask for a passive, obedient woman. You need somebody by you who shares with you. Compromise is actually
I agree
something
with you
we need.
100%. What I'm saying is some
But
others
should come
they think
from,
that.
yeah.
Others.
The compromise should come
And they are
from
minority,
both sides.
they're not the majority.
But for example, if I am your friend, not your wife, and we have a relationship, and I compromise, everything goes your way, the way you want it to be, is it fair? At the end, I fed up and I leave the relationship, and this is what happens sometimes. But I am of nowadays, they get divorced for very naive reason. He didn't, for example, let me travel. We don't travel every day, every year.
He or she?
He or she, for example, she will complain about, for example, he didn't buy me a bag for 3,000 KD, or he buys me, so he is a good man.
The director is telling me that we are out of time, that's it, but I would love to talk to you more and more about this. This is very interesting. But for the record, I'm with you 100%. I'm saying the minority of the men, they think that, the old days, now everything's changed. But thank you so much, Doctor.
And we have to change.
We have to.
Change.
You're absolutely right.
Men and women. And we have to be actually educate ourselves.
I agree 100%. We'd like to thank our guest, Dr. Fatma Ayat, Social Science Department, Kuwait University. Thank you so much.
Okay.
You stay right here. Several lawyers and psychologists in the country have been calling for rewriting the divorce law after official figures indicate that the trend in divorces showed an alarming annual increasing. The lawyers said that the Kuwaiti law was a major factor in the high divorce rate. We have this report with lawyer Nayef Alfahad about the divorce law.
بالنسبة لزواج المصلحة ما في شيء اسمه زواج المصلحة، في شيء اسمه عقد واكتملت أركانه. طالما وجد العقد تم الزواج. أصبح هناك نوايا أحد الطرفين، نوايا خطأ أمر ما، لكن بالنهاية ما في شيء اسمه زواج كذا. زواج يعني زواج، انتهى الموضوع. في الحقيقة المرأة ما تسارع في الطلاق إلا إذا فيها ألم. شوف كنوز الدنيا ما تعوضها، يعني الألم أو الزوج حتى اللي يطلق. الطلاق دائما مشروع يعني يكون في داخله دوافع. الدوافع لا يمكن تكون مادية مهما كان، هذا بالنهاية مشاعر. إذا تزوجت وتبي تتطلق أو هو يبي يتطلق هناك ألم ما. فما نحط احنا نربط الموضوع بالماديات، ماديات مهما كان ترى تنصرف وتروح، يبقى الألم داخل الإنسان ما يعرف يطلعه أو ما يعرف يصرفه. فهذا هني المربط الفرس في قصة انتشار الطلاق. هذا حق، لا تحاولون يا جماعة تحطون يعني أمور في الموضوع. اتركوا الحق لأصحابه خالص، مفلتر، ما عليه أي شروط أو دوافع. أنت يا بنيتي أو أنت يا ولدي محتاج الطلاق، توكل على الله. مو محتاجة ما يعني خلاص انتهى الموضوع. ما في رابح وخسران فيه. هذه حاجة مثل حاجة التنفس، مثل حاجة فنتعامل معها على هالأساس. ما في قانون يحد أو يمنع، أو القانون راح يمشي مع إرادة الشخص. دائما المشرع راح يقيس نبض الشارع ويعرف وين رايح ويحط له قانون. فالمرجع في القصة هذه هو حاجة، هل الطلاق هذا زيادة كماليات ولا أساس؟ إذا كان أساس فلا يمكن قانون يحده. فإحنا نتعامل مع الطلاق على أساس إنه حاجة وشيء أساسي موجود كمنفذ لعلاقة متوترة فيها ألم، فيها إزعاج، فيها. فالطلاق ظاهرة صحية، حال الزواج بالنسبة لي هم وجهين لعملة واحدة، ولكن طالما في فرح طالما لازم يكون في ألم. في ألم توكل على الله، في فرح تزوج. إذن الموضوع محسوم فما في داعي إن نزعج الطرفين ونترك الموضوع لهم، سواء الزوج أو الزوجة، ونساعدهم في اختيار الصح بالنسبة لهم مو بالنسبة لنا. ما نعطيهم تجاربنا، ما نحملهم آلامنا، نعطيهم حقوقهم في أنهم يختارون الطريق المناسب لهم. طبعا هو المسؤولية دائما على الطرفين، والقانون يعني مفترض يعني أو أن هذا اللي تعودنا عليه، وهذه عاداتنا وهذا قانوننا وهذه فطرتنا، بأن الكل يساعد. يعني احنا مجبولين على هالعادة، سواء يعني أهل الزوج أو أهل الزوجة، أهل المطلق دائما مثل ما هم ركضوا بالعرس وفرحوا، نفس الشيء وقت الطلاق يساعدون بأنه ينزلون الموضوع ويهدون الموضوع ويساعدون بتربية الأبناء، والكل يمارس دوره بشكل طبيعي وكأنه ما حصل شيء. المرأة ما تنعزل ولا الرجل ينعزل، ولا بالعكس يمارس حياته بشكل طبيعي، والجماعة اللي حواليه تساعده وتدفعه بأنه ثقته بنفسه، وأن هذه ما هي نهاية المطاف، وأن ما هي أزمة صارت، بالعكس هذا شيء ظاهر صحي، طالما في مدخل طالما لازم يكون في مخرج. والحمد لله احنا عندنا بالكويت يعني العوائل متكافله في تربيه ابنائها، العوائل متكافله في تربيه او مساعده عيالها، والحمد لله. فما ابي احد ياخذ اللوم على نفسه ولا يتحمل الم زايد على نفسه، يهدى كذي. والحمد لله ظاهر الطلاق جدا صحيه.
Rawasi is non-profit organization aimed at maintaining familiar security in the Kuwaiti society by defending the rights of individual society and legislatively, and strive to promote these rights to seeking to introduce legislations and laws that realize these goals. We would like to welcome our guest, Dr. Abdel Naji, consultant at Social and Psychological Service, the National Association of Familiar Security Rawasi. Familiar Security Rawasi. That's a catchy name.
Yeah, it's a good name.
First
of thing, it's my pleasure to be here. Second thing, it's a kind welcome from you, Mr. Ahmed, and your staff. It's very, very kind. I'm happy to be here. Let's say about Rawasi first. What we mean by Rawasi?
What exactly does it mean, Rawasi?
Rawasi.
It's an Arabic word.
It's an Arabic word.
Okay.
It's in Arabic. We can call it الرابطة الوطنية أمن الأسرة. In English, we can say that it's an association. It's non-profit association. This association work with something is named the protection for family security. From our opinion or our vision, we see that family need to protection now because our family have many dangers around it and need to be helped and be inside it. So we have some goals. We want as Rawasi to do it to achieve our vision. So we have two parts or two goals we want to do it. First one, it's awareness. Awareness, it's important sentences because awareness now we need it for our family to know what we can do with our kids or inside our family. The second thing of our goals, we talk about something law. Some laws in Kuwait need sometimes to modify or restudy because the revolution, the culture, the knowledge, it's development. So some laws need to be changed.
You
That's
mean
about
some laws need to be amending?
Amending maybe.
Yes, something like that. Now, Rawasi, what is the relationship between Rawasi and divorce? Not only in Kuwait, we're talking about worldwide, but mainly in the Middle East.
Yeah. First of thing, let us say about something I see it in the private media. Media say that divorce, it's a huge number. Kuwait is first one. It's number
on
one.
The rise.
Yeah. I want to mention for something. The media is not always get that fact. Why?
Not accurate.
Yeah. Why? Because we talk about the divorce percentage in 1850 or 1870. We talk about 1,000 cases, by example. 1,000 cases we have happened at 2007. That's 1,000 cases at divorce. It's not mean happen in 2007. It's accumulation. It's come from last years from beginning of the Minister of Justice registered the numbers of the divorce to 2007. So we can take it in the same year what's divorce and what marriage. So let me take it the point about the divorce. Divorce, yes, okay, it's feminine and it's dangerous and it's uncomfortable and maybe sometimes need to analyze and study. Yes, in the Kuwait because many reasons happen, but it's not like very huge as we see it.
It's not.
No.
There is some kind of exaggeration, something like that. They exaggerate.
Yeah. Let's I see about statistical numbers come from Ministry of Justice. It's last I think I read it at 250. I think it's around 4,000 cases at 2050. But we will see the Kuwaitis people is 30% of society. There is 17%.
70.
Yeah, 70. Yeah, it's non-Kuwaitis people. But when we say the divorce, we told about 100%. We talk about all the total, but the Kuwaiti is just 30% for the total.
Now, you were here before Dr. Ayat to be on the air just
Yeah.
about 5 minutes ago.
Yes.
And she had her own opinion regarding the divorce in the state of Kuwait. And you also have seen the report that about the people expressing their feelings regarding divorce in the state of Kuwait. Mainly, they say that the foundation of the marriage is kind of weak. That's why it ends up in divorcing each other. Now, from your own opinion and Rawasi, why is the foundation of the marriages that it ends up in divorcing is so weak?
Yeah. Let me ask about some points and take it as a point to be more easy. First one, we talk about the foundations of the marriage. The marriage, it's come early with some persons, also male and female, because the responsibility not a compound in the boys or girls. When I caring for boys and girls, I didn't given him responsibility. How can you dealing with family in the future? Because I have taken all my needed in my family. Especially when I want to marry, I take the money from my father or my mother, so that the responsibility is not consist inside personalities of this male or female want to marry. Second thing, how can I make decision making when I want to marry? It's need decision makers. It's need good decision maker that I want to marry. I can't do with this family, so that it's effect on our foundation of marriage. Third thing, I think it's sometimes that the divorce it's be easy at some community. The divorce it's easy. Okay, I don't pay for this marriage. I don't pay anything, so that I can go away and make a divorce, because it's not maybe make any effect for me. Some girls, because the women's now go out to work, so that it's not depend on the man to take the money, so she can take it and complete her life without man. So that it's be maybe sometimes the foundation of marriage it will be more easy, because it's a damage inside. I talk about something we can talk communication skills. Justice now, Minister of Justice say about the reason why the divorce happened. The first thing it's communication skills or conversation between man and woman. It's the first thing or first reason happen and go to.
Don't you think that people that are misunderstanding the divorce itself? They think there is no repercussion after that. There is no consequences after that. They think that it's all right, but it's not, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إن أبغض الله عند الحلال أبغض الحلال عند الله هو الطلاق. It means that the worst and the ugliest thing in halal is divorce. It's not an easy thing to do it.
Yes. Okay, that's question. It's give you one answer. It's the feminine. How I dealing with this name when I took divorce? When I take divorce, it's as you say, it's dangerous. It's first enemy for the family, for family security.
Not only that,
okay?
the society itself.
Okay, it's a society itself, because
broken family,
yeah,
it leads to broken society.
Yeah, because the family is a part of society and
the cornerstone.
Important and core of the society. You are true. So that, but the man and the woman, when we see the divorce, I told you that it's responsibility inside his mind. Responsibility about that thing. It's important or not important. It's think about caring parents. How I can give my kids from small. How can you take decision making? How you can caring with responsibility, how you can build your personality outside my home, not depend on me and everything. It's that's it. Added to that, we can talk about some laws. It's encourage women to take divorce, because I know that some law have it as housing about housing owners. The divorced woman, Kuwaiti woman, can own her home after she divorced, not before. So that some laws is encouraged here. Added the alumni or some money get from social affairs ministry.
Now, you have made a good points about divorces and how to have the remedy for it. Now, from your Rawasi point of view,
yes,
what kind of program that you are going to implement right here in the state of Kuwait?
Yeah, at Rawasi we have now two active thing we can doing. The first one, it's I told you before, is awareness. Awareness, we do it by some training courses, some lectures. We have some experience in our team going out to do something knowledge about what's happened after divorce, to prevent the people from divorce. We talk about what we can do to make the family more strong. How can we build the happy family? How can you use it? How can you dealing with your violence inside home. There is some violence happen inside home between husband and wife, against wife or against husband. Many police center now, it's applied for some problems happen inside. So we told him by lectures, by training courses, how you can make it communication is good communication skills inside your home to prevent to do or to go out of the divorce. And second thing, we talk about the laws. There is some law need, as you say, it's something modifications or restudy again, like violence laws inside family. She needs to be tough more with someone who hurt another one, to be to not go to that behavior, to make aggressive behavior for a woman or for kids. So that about law there is now, and the second one talk about awareness.
Doctor, always a pleasure to have you here. Promise us to come back once again.
Thank you.
Really? Yeah. Would you come back? That's wonderful.
Thank you.
We would like to thank our guest, Dr. Abdel Naji, consultant at Social and Psychological Service, the National Association of Familia Security, Alwasmi. Stay with us. We will be right back after this short break.
Oh no, this can't be happening. Divorce, that's a big change. Sometimes I just really ask and I purposely cry to make them go back together, but it doesn't work. Sometimes I think that because I'm mad or mean or did something bad to them, I think it's my fault that they're divorced.
When they are fighting, it's like, okay, I'm gonna take that side or this side.
Don't get in their way. That's something I've learned. Don't get in their way. A lot of things are gonna change in your life. At my dad's house, I take a bath. And at my mom's house, I take a shower.
When I'm alternating houses, I forget stuff.
Can we just rewind and live in the same house in the same old world?
It's true, it is hard, but I usually get through it. I just talk to myself, and I usually let go a little bit of tears.
It's not like what you think, really. We're still a family, but we don't live in the same house anymore. That's all.
Moving on to a different topic and in the same time related, addiction and divorce. They are often linked. It is not necessarily always in the same case that in addiction is the single factor or the cause of the divorce, but it is very often is the contribution factor to it. It is surprisingly high percentage of divorce cases. To the Point team was at the campaign I Was in Your Place to support those recovered from addiction, and we have this report for you.
من أهم الأهداف الحملة إن إحنا يبنى ناس مروا بهذه التجربة ينقلون تجربتهم للشباب. كثير من المدمنين إن ما عندنا علاج، كثير من المشاكل مع الأهالي. يبنى أصحاب الاختصاص أو أصحاب المشكلة نفسهم يشرحون مشكلتهم للناس الموجودين. بالنسبة للمساهمات عندنا بالصراحة يعني مساهمات شوية بسيطة، ولكن تلفزيون وإذاعة الكويت غطونا إعلاميا. أيضا عندنا إحدى المحطات الإذاعية الخاصة هي اللي يعني قامت بالتغطية. أما كسبونسر أو أي كداعم قطاع خاص ما عندنا أي قطاع خاص. إحنا قدينا نفسنا بنفسنا، يعني مكتب تشوز هو الراعي في كل شيء. احنا نتمنى يكون في حضور، نتمنى تكون في ردة فعل للحملة اللي احنا عاملينها. كثير من الناس لما تتكلم عن المخدرات شوي يكونون بعيدين او ما يحضرون المؤتمر او ما يحضرون الايفنت او ما يحضرون اي محاضرة ثانية بخصوص الادمان، لكن احنا هالمرة هدفنا احنا نكسر هذا الشيء بمجتمعنا. عندكم مشكلة تعالوا سمعوا، حتى اللي ما عنده مشكلة مو مشكلة يسمع علشان يفيد غيره في هذا الموضوع.
My experience was pretty terrible. Like, most people start with small things, but I started with morphine, which is the main ingredient in heroin and other opiates. It was really bad for me, but I got rid of it. It wasn't really that easy for me, but I did it. And there's a small percentage of people that actually get rid of being addicted to heroin. It's an everyday struggle. I struggle daily, like, to keep myself sober and away from drugs. There's a big difference, like, between my old life and my new life. Like, I actually go to college now, and I'm gonna be a future chemical engineer, which is pretty good for me. Like, I want to study chemical engineering. It's something that interests me. But my old life was pretty terrible. Like, I didn't even have a particular way to get money. I have to rob people. I have to lie. I have to struggle. I have to hustle. I didn't even go to college at that time. It was pretty rough. It was a pretty rough period of time of my life. Drugs aren't fun. They start with, oh, it's a good feeling. Like, it's not bad for me. I should do this every day. But keep in mind that if you keep using, you'll reach a point of your life that you hit rock bottom. And that's a place you truly don't want to go to. And my advice to even the people that are using, please, get rid of it. This tunnel that you're walking through, there's light at the end of this tunnel. Stay away from drugs. It's pretty rough. It's really rough. It's terrible.
There are clearly no winners when it comes to addiction and marriages, unless someone receives help from the substance abuse habit. All parties are sure to suffer from it one degree or another. We would like to thank you for staying with us and sharing your event right here with us at KTV2. Make sure to join us once again next week, Wednesday night at 8 p.m. for more from your favorite program, To The Point. Until that time, take care of yourself and each other, and bye-bye.